It wasn't the fastest, it wasn't the most powerful, but it might be the greatest diesel locomotive ever built. This is the story of the EMD SD40-2, the unsung hero of American freight. Rugged, reliable, and built to last, this locomotive didn't just run, it dominated the rails for decades. Welcome back to Train Explained, the channel where we dive deep into the locomotives that built America's rail empire. Today's feature is a fan favorite and a railroading legend, the EMD SD40-2. From coal drags in the Rockies to intermodal freight on flat Midwestern plains, the SD40-2 became the backbone of North America's freight network. So how did it earn its place as one of the most successful locomotives in railroad history? Let's find out. In the early 1970s, railroads across North America were transitioning from early second-generation diesels to newer models with more standardized parts, improved electronics, and better fuel economy. General Motors' Electromotive Division, EMD, was already a dominant force thanks to its earlier SD40. But by 1972, it was ready to introduce an upgrade. That upgrade would become the SD40-2, part of EMD's new -2 line. Locomotives built for reliability, modular maintenance, and long-haul durability. The timing was perfect. Railroads were looking to simplify their rosters and reduce maintenance costs. The SD40-2 delivered exactly what they needed. Let's talk specs. Here's what made the SD40-2 tick. 3,000 horsepower, powered by the EMD 16645 E3 engine, a 16-cylinder, two-stroke diesel. Top speed, around 65 to 70 miles per hour. It was long, nearly 69 feet from end to end. It weighed in at over 368,000 pounds. It had 6 powered axles and a fuel capacity of up to 4,000 gallons. And it could generate more than 83,000 pounds of tractive effort. It was powered by the 645 series engine, an improvement over the earlier 567 model. The 645 was smoother, more efficient, and far easier to maintain. The SD40-2's AR-10 alternator and modular -2 electronics made it easier to diagnose and fix issues on the fly. And let's not forget the look. You could spot an SD40-2 from a mile away. Its frame was stretched to accommodate EMD's new HTC trucks. That longer frame gave it the iconic rear porch look, extra space behind the radiator fans. From a modeling perspective, it was a dream. Symmetrical, straightforward, and muscular. And the sound? That deep, burbling idle and thunderous full-throttle roar from the 645 E3 engine is legendary. Between 1972 and 1986, EMD built nearly 4,000 SD42s. That's right, 3,982 units. Union Pacific bought over 1,100. Burlington Northern, nearly 950. Canadian National, Norfolk, and Western CSX, everyone wanted in. It inspired tons of variants. The SD40-2 tunnel motor for SP and D and RGW. The SD40-2W with a wide-nose comfort cab for Canada. The SD40-2F, a full cow-body version for CP, and even rebuilt SD40-3S and SD40M-2S, many of which are still running. This wasn't just a locomotive, it was the diesel standard. Some railroads built entire divisions around the SD40-2. Union Pacific ran them in long lash-ups across the Great Plains. Burlington Northern used them for manifest freight and mountain service. In Canada, CN and CP ran them in brutal winters with wide cab modifications. Even smaller railroads and leasing companies jumped on board. The SD40-2 became a universal soldier, adaptable, dependable, and everywhere. So what made it work so well? 5 reasons. 1. Reliability. These locomotives just kept running. 2. Simplicity. No complex computers, just dependable systems. 3. Parts. Everything was standardized and easy to find. 4. Modular design. You could swap electronics fast. 5. Versatility. Mainlines, yards, locals. It did everything. It was the pickup truck of locomotives. And it wasn't just functional, it became iconic. The SD40-2 appeared in train simulators, documentaries, magazines, and model railroads. Railfans grew up hearing the low hum of the 645 engine. Kids snapped Polaroids. Modelers replicated every paint scheme. It became part of railroading culture, but all legends eventually face retirement. By the 1990s, new locomotives like the SD40-MAC, GE-9S, and AC4400CWS took center stage. The SD40-2 wasn't the most powerful anymore, but it didn't disappear. Railroads rebuilt them. Many became SD40-3s, fitted with updated systems and emissions packages. Even today, more than 1,000 SD40-2 variants are still in service. The SD40-2's legacy is unmatched. It taught the industry that reliability and standardization matter more than brute force. It bridged the gap between old-school diesels and modern locomotives. And it earned its place in history, not by breaking records, but by showing up every single day. So next time you see one rolling by, listen to that low rumble. That's not just an engine, that's a piece of railroad history, still doing its job. Thanks for watching Train Explained. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more diesel legends and stories from the rails. And remember, sometimes the most iconic machines aren't flashy. They're the ones that just keep working.